Hi everybody and welcome to Innovation Corner. Today we're going to have a lot of fun demystifying quantum technology, and I've hunted down two experts from the TU Photonics to do that. So I'd like to welcome Jake Isle-Smith, who's a postdoc at Photonics, and Emil Denning, who's a PhD student at Photonics. And let's just jump right in and talk about quantum technology. It's a very complicated science, so could you just break it down for us?
I guess the two maybe biggest parts of quantum technology today is quantum communication and quantum computing, I guess, if you really simplify it like that. Where quantum communication aims at communicating between two persons or two nodes in a network by sending quantum states to each other, and then through that you can establish a really secure connection that you're not able to do the same way today. Quantum computing is a little bit more complicated. So with that we hope to make a computer that works in a completely different way than classical computers work today. Where in a classical computer you have the unit of information is a bit, right, which can be either 1 or 0, and in a quantum computer this analogy of the bit is the quantum bit of the qubit, which can be 0 and 1 at the same time, and then with that you can make a completely set of operations which will be hopefully will enable to do some specific calculations a lot faster than on a classical computer, and which we hope can enable us to solve problems that we simply can never solve with a classical computer, no matter how big it becomes.
And what are the problems?
Well, so this relies on putting a quantum state or a quantum bit in a superposition of states. So that means it is both 1 and 0 simultaneously. The cat is both alive and dead. But unfortunately those states are incredibly delicate. Right? So any noise and these things will just break and you just get a normal bit. So it's 0 or 1, not this and. So the real challenge is trying to isolate a quantum system sufficiently to be able to protect these states and play around with them in a way that, well, essentially do a quantum computation. Not only that, but you need to be able to do this on a massive scale.
And as researchers, how do you do this?
Well, first
pen and paper.
Well, we most of our work, I guess, is focused around understanding the processes that destroy this quantum coherence that you need to do these computations. So understanding the mechanisms that take away the coherence from a quantum state, which is mainly because of interactions with the environment. So you don't just have a quantum system that sits alone in the world, but it's connected to some environment in different ways, because it's sitting on a chip, or because it's embedded in a gas or a solid, and there'll be a lot of other atoms that bounce into this quantum system and steals away the coherence. And we try to understand these processes and come up with solutions as to how you can avoid them. Yeah, you get kind of hooked on solving difficult problems. Right?
Yeah, and it's great for just talking utter bollocks in the pub as well.
I always feel like if I watched a sci-fi movie from 30 years ago, I think that most technology today actually sort of corresponds so that sci-fi comes true. And I'm thinking, if we make a sci-fi movie today evolving around quantum technology, what could that be?
So maybe we can look at some of the problems that people are hoping to solve with quantum computers. I know one of the things is to use quantum computers or quantum simulators to develop a high temperature superconductor, which people would hope to use as the backbone for the energy transportation system. So you can transfer energy around without any loss, which would be quite cool. What else? People are hoping to use it for the pharmaceutical industry as well. If you are making new drugs and you would like to predict the behavior of the drug before you create it in the lab, you have to do a really complicated calculation, which you can't do with a classical computer. So there's a lot of time associated with the early development stages for that. I could probably do something.
Yeah, I guess we haven't really talked about. So we've talked about quantum computing and quantum communication, but like there's a whole host of. Once you can start manipulating atoms, things on an atomic scale, then there are crazy possibilities from, you know. I've seen proposals for detecting cancer cells by just having a little something that is sensitive to a form of radiation be attached to a protein which sticks to cancer cells, so you can follow metastases. If you're asking what kind of paradigm shift we should expect from quantum computing, I don't think anybody can predict that.
But think about when the internet was developed. It started as a platform for researchers to share their data and their information with each other. Right?
Now it's a platform for people spreading fake news.
Yeah. Look how far we've gotten. Nobody. I mean, then it really took off because it became this open source system that was accessible to everyone, and then suddenly people came up with all sorts of ideas, and it really grew into something that you would never have been able to predict when it was developed. And so I think a lot of the applications are simply impossible to imagine, because there will, if it comes, then people will find out about all these amazing things you can do with it, hopefully at least.
Okay, wow. It's going to be exciting to see the future then. And I think that kind of wraps up our demystification. If you're interested in studying with Photonique, we have a lot of great education programs, and you can go to our website and check it out. And if you're just a quantum enthusiast, then subscribe to our site and go check out our Facebook and our LinkedIn. And we post a lot of great content for you, and we think you're going to love it. We love it, and see you around.